So we have an empty touching these rigid bodies, and you can add a physics thing, a rigid body constraint, and we're going to make it generic. And you're going to choose, basically, the first object will be the body, the second object will be the wing, and we're going to turn on these limits. So right now, this wing can move away from the x-wing by 1 unit, -1 or +1, and let's change all these to be like -0.01 and +1. And it can also rotate, so there's some angular limits. It can go 45 negative or positive, and let's turn that down to like -5 and +5. So there's just a little wiggle room basically, and I have those set. So now when the x-wing drops, you're getting some weird behavior because the origin of the wing needs to be here. So I'm going to set the origin to geometry. Origin to geometry. Let's just do it on all those. I have all those wings selected. Origin to geometry. So let's hide these. So notice that the wing kind of does stay with the x-wing body. So let's just, we made one. Let's do 1, 2, 3. So now if you just choose those constraints and change the second one to be this wing, I'm just changing each constraint is going to be attached to the body and its own wing. So now you get this kind of this jiggle effect. So you could have your x-wing crashing. I don't really like how they slip. So maybe before I duplicated all those, I should have turned these all to 0. So the wing itself is not going to move at all. It's just going to like rotate a bit. Move those, and change this to be that. So this would also work if you had like a car that you downloaded and you want maybe the doors to like swing open a bit. You would add a constraint to it. But this looks pretty cool to me. Yeah. So you could animate the body. To animate, you turn on that animated check mark, and now when you move the body, the wings will stay with it. It doesn't look good when you're playing it in real time, but if you do location, so you could like throw your X-wing. You could add a dynamic painting to the ground so it like displaces the ground a bit. But yeah, that's the last little bit of physics thing. When I saw this, I thought people were using like soft bodies at first, but it is just rigid bodies with some constraints on them. Yeah.